An art subject that we haven't really talked about very much is the deity Hevajra. Hevajra belongs to the fourth class of Tantra. It's extremely complex. There's a lot of texts. There's actually a cycle of a number of different texts associated with Hevajra. We have the Hevajra Root Tantra, we have the Vajrapanjara Tantra, the Sambhuta, the Mahamudra Tilaka, the Jnana Tilaka, and a number of others that are all part of this large system of instruction and discourse concerning this male and female. It's Hevajra and his consort Narayana, these two figures. So it's a very complex, very large subject. And it's relatively early. We're looking at some of the earliest commentaries around the 8th century, 8th, 9th century, for the most part, out of India. Now, Hevajra is typically in art, we see what's considered the main form. The main form has 8 faces, 16 arms, 4 legs, and of course, these deities with appearances such as this, Kala Chakra, Chakra Samvara, Vajra Bhairava, they do not exist as entities, as living entities. They're constructs, they're composites, they're made out of different characteristics and attributes of that represent different strengths or powers. And they're really an amalgam of the 5 Buddhas, of the 5 Buddha families that are dominant in the highest of the 4 Tantra categories. So with Hevajra, we have these 8 faces, 16 arms, 4 legs, and then the consort, Vajra Narayana. Narayana means egoless, without ego. Now, coming out of the main Hevajra Tantra, we actually have 4 principal forms. The one I've described, 8 faces, etc. That's called the essence Hevajra. Then we have a 1-face 2-armed, which often does not appear with the consort, but it can, depending on the tradition. Then we have the 1-face 4-armed Hevajra, and the consort is Vajravarahi. And then we have the 3 faces and 6 arms, and for that the consort is Vajra Shrinkala. So it's not always the case that a major meditational deity has the same female consort. It's also not the case that a major female deity has the same male consort. They can be different depending on the text, the tradition that practice comes out of. Now, for Hevajra, he has a number of different mandalas depending on the different configuration. You know, the 1-face, 3-faced, 8-faced. There's also a Hevajra which holds all weapons in the 16 arms. We also have several variations of the main female consort, Narayana. So the system is quite large. There's a number of different forms involved. And from an art history point of view, this is a really kind of an important subject because you can chart the development of painting styles and changes and variations in iconography over 1,000 years. You can be looking at Pala India, Nepal, Tibet, China, Mongolia, and looking at all different kinds of painting styles and how they depict Hevajra and how these styles and how aesthetics change over time. So Hevajra is a very important subject for really studying changes in style. Anything to do with art history, then Hevajra is one of the important subjects, along with Vajravarahi, Chakrasamvara, and then all of the basic Mahayana deities of Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, Maitreya, all of those.